Today is Wednesday, September 7th, and we are back with episode number 7 of Vinyl for Sale. This week we have Radiohead, Ministry, Run-D.M.C, Oasis, Nirvana, Pearl Jam, Soundgarden, Queens of the Stone Age, Cream, Velvet Underground, Tool, War on Drugs, and so many more. Tune in. Everyone who makes a purchase will be automatically entered to win this incredible 4 LP set from My Morning Jacket. You won't want to miss it on this episode of Vinyl for Sale. My name is G.I. Sanders from NTX Vinyl, a small chain of independent record shops in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. If you're not local but you're in the U.S., you can shop online at ntxvinyl.com and would love it if you would subscribe to our channel on YouTube, follow us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and now on TikTok as well. We are going to get into this Creative Records for Vinyl for Sale. First, we need to do a little housekeeping just so you understand how this works if you've never participated before. So, first and foremost, these are all new sealed records. So, new, mint, you don't have to worry about condition because they're all sealed, as I mentioned. Secondly, this is for U.S. residents only. We do not ship internationally, unfortunately. This is also PayPal only, so we don't accept Zelle or Cash App or Venmo or anything else. So, U.S. only. PayPal only, all new records. If you are local, you can opt to pick these up at any of our NTX Vinyl locations. That is completely cool. And lastly, 10% off if you buy 3 or more. So these are all priced. They have sticker prices on them. If you buy 3 or more, you get 10% off. How do you buy them? That's the most important part. The link to buy, or to claim, I should say, is ntxvinyl.com/vinyl4sale. ntxvinyl.com/vinyl4sale. When you hit that link, you will be presented with a form where you will fill out your information, most importantly, your PayPal email address, because that's how we will invoice you. So let us know what you want in regards to the albums. Put in 1, 2, 3, 10 albums. We will come back to you with an invoice and let you know what you've claimed. So once you put your claim in, your spot in line is saved. We do request that you pay within 24 hours, but it doesn't matter if you pay 10 minutes after you get the invoice or 5 hours after you get the invoice. Your spot in line is still safe based on when you submitted the claim. So if you see something you really want, pop over there, put in the claim really quickly. You can put in multiple claims and we will combine them based on your first claim as far as priority order is concerned. So, very lastly, like I mentioned on the intro, everyone who makes a purchase, so it doesn't matter if you buy 1 album or 5 albums, you will get a slot entered into a raffle essentially. We will draw one winner that will receive this My Morning Jacket 4 LP colored vinyl box set of Okonokos. This is a fantastic recording by, in my opinion, one of the greatest American rock bands doing it today. So, love My Morning Jacket. If you're a fan, this is definitely a set to check out. It was reissued for the first time in 2021. Love that album. So, let's get to the records. If you have any questions, lastly, you can reach us anytime at orders@ntxvinyl.com via email. That's the best way to get us if you have questions on the albums, questions on the process, or anything to do with the Vinyl for Sale show. Orders@ntxvinyl.com. Like I mentioned, 10% off if you buy 3 or more. Let's get going. First and foremost, we're going to go out with a bang. OK Computer by Radiohead. So excited that this is back in print. $40 is the list price on OK Computer. Like I mentioned, these are all new sealed records. This is a recent reissue. Double LP. Do I need to name the tracks? I guess I should name a few. Paranoid Android, Karma Police, No Surprises, Exit Music for a Film. An absolute gem of an album. If you don't own OK Computer, here's your chance to add it to your collection. $40 on OK Computer. Also, a very iconic 90s album. What's the Story? Morning Glory by Oasis. $40 as well on Oasis. This is, of course, Wonderwall, Don't Look Back in Anger, the title track, and Champagne Supernova. A fantastic record, $40 on Oasis as well. We have got 2 albums by Motley Crue, switching gears. We've got Dr. Feelgood and we've got Girls, Girls, Girls. Dr. Feelgood is $35. girls, that's hard to say, is 30. Most importantly, when you put in your claim for an album, if there are multiple albums from a singular artist, like this example, please make sure to specify which album you're after, because if you just put Motley Crue, we're not going to know which one. So again, 35 on Feel Good, 30 on Girls, pair of Crue albums. These two go together. We've got Kyuss, Blues for the Red Sun. If you're not familiar with Kyuss, this is one of the OG stoner rock bands. This features most notably Josh Homme from Queens of the Stone Age, which we have next. So Blues for the Red Sun from Kyuss is 25 bucks. This also features Nick Oliveira, John Garcia, and Brant Bjork. Rated R by Queens is $35. So you got 25 on Kyuss, 35 on Rated R. Rated R is a fantastic record. It's the one that came out right before Songs for the Deaf, The Lost Art of Keeping a Secret, Feel Good Hit of the Summer, Monsters in the Parasol. Great album by Queens if you're not familiar. So again, 25 Kyuss, 35 on Queens. I'll also mention, if I don't specify that it's a colored vinyl, then just assume it's black vinyl. I will do my very best to make sure and specify if it's colored. Okay, speaking of artists in this crate where we have multiple albums of, I've got, it looks like four Slipknot albums. So we're going to go with We Are Not Your Kind. 35 on We Are Not Your Kind. This is the limited edition blue vinyl. We've got 40 on All Hope Is Gone. This is the limited edition orange vinyl. We have the self-titled record is $30. And then we have Volume 3, the Subliminal Verses on Orange Crush vinyl is $40. I will do a recap at the very end of this video with all the titles and all the prices, so you won't have to search back through. Ministry, this is a brand new release, $40 on Live Necronomicon. I don't know what that means. $40 on Live Ministry. This is a double brown and black splatter vinyl. This is, like I mentioned, a brand new release, so I haven't heard it. It looks like a lot of classic tracks, Stigmata, Land of Rape and Honey, so you've got Public Image, so you've got some classic Ministry tracks. I'm not sure when it was recorded, does not say, but looks like a really cool record. 40 bucks on Ministry. All right, mix it up for a little bit. We've got some hip-hop titles, which I don't typically do, just because I don't know it that well, but I do know classic hip-hop. So we're going to go with Run-D.M.C, Raising Hell. This is $30 on Run-D.M.C. We're going to go House of Pain, Fine Malt Lyrics, $40 on House of Pain. This is, of course, featuring Jump Around. And then we've got $40 on The Low End Theory by Tribe Called Quest. So get some hip-hop while you're here. Next up, we're going to go classic rock. We have got a classic album and an absolute beautiful and iconic cover by Cream, Disraeli Gears, $35 on Disraeli Gears. This is Strange Brew, Sunshine of Your Love. Just a great, great album front to back. So Disraeli Gears, if you don't have that one, again, $35. Probably my favorite Velvet Underground record, which is a weird thing to say because I like a lot of them, but 25 bucks on Loaded. This is like a kind of a compilation album, features Sweet Jane, probably my favorite Velvet Underground song, which is Oh Sweet Nothing. I absolutely love this record. So check out the Velvet Underground Loaded. I think it's a pretty good entry point, honestly, for the band. 25 bucks if you're not familiar. Next up, we have got a deluxe set from Neil Young. This is his latest release, and he releases a lot. This is Noise and Flowers, recorded with Promise of the Real in Europe 2019. This is a double LP as well as a CD and a live Blu-ray. $70 on the deluxe box set version of Neil Young's Noise and Flowers. This is a fantastic set. I've listened to it a number of times. You've got Everybody Knows This Is Nowhere, Helpless, Comes a Time, Rockin' in the Free World, Throw Your Hatred Down, and then you've got F and Up at the very end from Hank to Hendrix. I absolutely love that record. It's a really, really nice live set. All right, next up, Metallica and Justice for All, $35. We've got The Cure, Kiss Me, Kiss Me, Kiss Me, $40. This is a cool one that I haven't seen before. Recently reissued. I've only got a couple of copies of this. It is the 25th anniversary of the Lemonhead self-titled record. $30 on color vinyl. It's a splatter vinyl as well. I can't remember exact colors, but this is a cool one I haven't seen in quite a while. Again, just got reissued by Vagrant. 30 bucks on the self-titled Lemonheads. Silverchair, Frog Stomp. This one sells out every time we have it. Got a few more copies. $45 on Silverchair. This is clear vinyl, limited to 10,000 copies. And on side 4, it's got actual color prints of the frogs, which is really cool because you can see through it and it's translucent on clear vinyl. So check out Frog Stomp. This album amazes me to this day that these kids were so young and put out such a great album. So. A Perfect Circle, that's a music on vinyl pressing, as is this one, A Perfect Circle, 13th Step, $40. This one, again, another sellout from recent episodes. If you don't know this record, please fix that. The songs Pet, The Outsider, The Noose, Weak and Powerless. It's just fantastic. Absolute great record from A Perfect Circle. $40 on that one. We also have $40 on Incubus, A Crow Left of the Murder. We've had a bunch of Incubus titles recently. This is the first time we've had this one. Megalomaniac was a big song off of this one. Talk Shows on Mute, I believe, was a single, and the title track. Great record by Incubus. 40 bucks. Another one that continually sells out, and we just keep restocking it for you. 35 bucks on Maggot Brain by Funkadelic. This is like a peach swirl vinyl color. Fantastic record. One of the most iconic in the funk rock kind of genre, and not an easy one to come by in any form. But I'm glad this recent reissue has stuck around a little bit. So 35 bucks on Maggot Brain. All right, a couple of 90s Seattle era classics. We've got 35 bucks on Bad Motorfinger from Soundgarden and 35 bucks on In Utero from Nirvana. Add those to your collection must-haves. We've got the Dreams, the collection Dreams from the Cranberries is $35. This is kind of like a greatest hits. Sell out of that one every time too. Octung Baby by U2, $45 on Octung Baby. This is the 30th anniversary edition with poster. 45 bucks on Octung Baby. I don't know if I mentioned 35 on Dreams by Cranberries. I always feel like I forget the prices. Probably my favorite John Mayer album, and that's Very Hard. Born and Raised, $40. This is an absolute beautiful record. It comes with a CD of the album as well. If you don't know this record, I would really, really encourage you to check it out if you're a fan at all. Born and Raised, the title track, is one of my favorites. Shadow Days, The Age of Worry, Something Like Olivia, Love is a Verb. I love it all. This is the album that really turned the corner for me on John Mayer. I love Continuum as well, as much as the next guy, but this one is the one that really sticks with me. It's just such a fantastic record. All right, Tool. This is live at Lollapalooza in Texas, Dallas, actually, 1993. I wasn't there, unfortunately. I wish I would have been. 94 was the first year I was allowed to go to Lollapalooza, per my mother. 35 bucks on Tool. This is, I believe, a clear vinyl, but it just says color, so it varies. You don't really know with these pressings. This is an import pressing from overseas. You've got Intolerance, Undertow, Sober, Prison Sex, Opiate with Lane Staley, Bottom, Jerk Off, and then it's got an interview at the end with Maynard. So check out Tool, again, unofficial import pressing, 35 bucks. Def Leppard Pyromania 80s Classic, $30 on Pyromania, featuring Photograph, featuring Foolin' and Rock of Ages. You got to have this one in the collection. 30 bucks on Pyromania. Totally switching gears. The Flaming Lips, Yoshimi. 35 bucks on Yoshimi. This is a classic record, man. I'm not a huge Flaming Lips fan. They have a vast catalog. I've only got maybe 4 or 5 records. This is the crown jewel, in my opinion. I absolutely love this record. You've got, what was the big single? Do You Realize was really the big single off of this one. But the whole thing, it's just an opus. I love Flaming Lips. So 35 bucks on Yoshimi. The War on Drugs, one of my favorite records to come out in the last year or two. Fantastic live band. This is the limited edition indie exclusive blue vinyl version of I Don't Live Here Anymore. 35 bucks on War on Drugs. If you're a fan of like atmospheric, kind of laid back rock with a Tom Petty, Bruce Springsteen type of vibe, this is an album you need to check out. Absolutely love War on Drugs. Like I mentioned, killer live band too if you get the chance. Here's one that has sold out in recent weeks and finally got some more copies. The Allman Brothers, Fillmore East, one of the greatest live albums ever. $35 on Fillmore East. Just go listen to side 4, a 23-minute and 10-second version of Whipping Post. That'll get you in shape. All right, Play by Moby. $40. This is recently reissued. Very hard to come by his whole catalog. I believe most of it got reissued, so $40 on Play. This is Southside, Porcelain, Run On. I feel like there was a big single on this one, but I'm not even saying Why Does My Heart Feel So Bad? I'm not sure, but cool record by Moby. Self-titled record by the greatest punk band of all time, the Ramones, $25. This is a Rhino reissue from 2016. Blitzkrieg Bop, I Want to Be Your Boyfriend. You know, I don't have to tell you who the Ramones are. $25, add it to the collection. Versus by Pearl Jam. I'm warning you, there's going to be a whole lot of Pearl Jam content coming from me because I'm seeing them live in a couple weeks. $35 on Versus, the sophomore album, which in my opinion blew away the debut album, which is a tough thing to say. But, you know, if you don't know this record, you got, in my opinion, the deep tracks are the way to go. You got Dissident, and you got Rear View Mirror, and Leash, and Indifference. So, you know, just incredible. Go, Animal. I could keep going. From that same era, this is Pearl Jam live at the Fox Theater, Atlanta, 94. $25 on the live Pearl Jam. This comes on a random colored vinyl. This is not the complete show. It's only, looks like 8 tracks, but it's cool. Cool set, Dissident, Better Man, Daughter, Rearview Mirror, Even Flow, Jeremy, Black and Alive. This was from an iconic performance, like I mentioned, at the Fox Theater that was broadcast live over the air. So it's great sound quality, and it pulls out some of the best tracks from the show. So definitely a cool Pearl Jam live LP. That's an unofficial European import. Few more for you. We got Third Eye Blind. This is the long-awaited reissue of the self-titled record. $40 on Third Eye Blind. Really cool record that a lot of people have been waiting on. So glad this one came back in stock. We have got some Dylan. Really cool record. Nashville Skyline, $35. This is on a white vinyl. This is Girl from the North Country. Nashville Skyline, Rag, Peggy Day, Lay Lady Lay. Just a classic album if you like the country tinged, you know, Bob Dylan, which for me is some of the best Bob Dylan, honestly, that kind of when he just breaks it down on an acoustic. So check that out if you're into Nashville Skyline. Last but not least, we've got Jimmy Eat World Bleed America for $30. Great album, definitely my favorite Jimmy Eat World record. You've got Praise Chorus, the title track, the middle, bunch of big hits off this. Authority Song's a great track, so check out Jimmy Eat World Bleed America for $30. And Dave Matthews, Crash. I've only got a couple more copies of this one and it's gone. $40 on Crash. This is 20th anniversary edition. First time ever on vinyl. Not an easy one to come across. There you go. I think that's about 40 some odd LPs. Like I mentioned, everyone who makes a purchase is automatically entered to win the My Morning Jacket 4LP colored edition of Okonokos. We will do the drawing typically within 24 hours so that whoever's chosen as the winner, it will get included with their shipment or with their pickup. Like I mentioned again, 10% off the sticker prices if you purchase 3 or more, PayPal only, US only, ntxvinyl.com/vinyl for sale to put in your claim. The faster you get in your claim or claims, the better fill you'll get in regards to the albums, because some of these albums we may have 2 or 3 copies, some albums we may have 10 copies. It just depends on the record, depends on what comes in and out of stock. We do the best to get as much inventory as we can based on what we think you guys are going to dig into. So there you go. We will do a quick price recap through all of these at the end. So if you want to just get a recap on the prices before you put your claim in, that's coming up right after the break. And then as always, stick around for some additional content. And if you have any questions, comments, feedback, the best way to reach us is via email at orders@ntxvinyl.com. We will see you again next time on Vinyl for Sale. Quick price recap as promised. OK Computer is $40. Morning Glory, $40. Dr. Feelgood, $35. Girls, $30. Kyuss, $25. Queens of the Stone Age, $35. Slipknot, We Are Not Your Kind, $35. All Hope Is Gone, 40. Self-Titled, 30. Volume 3 is 40. Again, all those Slipknot are on colored vinyl. Ministry, Live Necronomicon, 40 on splatter vinyl. Run-D.M.C's 30. House of Pain, 40. Low End Theory is 40. Disraeli Gears, 35. Loaded by the Velvet Underground, 25. Noise and Flowers by Neil Young. This is the 2 LP CD and live Blu-ray is 70. Justice for All, 35. Kiss Me by The Cure is 40. Lemonhead self-titled colored vinyl, 30. Silverchair clear vinyl, 45. 13th Step, 40. Incubus, A Crow Left of the Murder is 40. Funkadelic Maggot Brain, 35 colored vinyl. Bad Motorfinger, 35. In Utero, 35. Cranberries is 35. Octung Baby, 45. Born and Raised, 40. Tool, Live at Lollapalooza, 35. Pyromania is 30. Flaming Lips, 35. War on Drugs, 35. Allman Brothers, 35. Moby is 40. Ramones, 25. Versus, 35. Pearl Jam Live in Atlanta is 25. Third Eye Blind self-titled is 40. Nashville Skyline by Bob Dylan is 35 on white vinyl. Bleed America, 30. And Dave Matthews Crash is 40. Don't forget, everybody who makes a purchase has a chance at Okonokos.